Okay, good morning. 1966 Chevy Impala Super Sport. I'm working on the speedometer, speed bucket. Excuse me. When I was cleaning this up earlier, my shop rag got a hold of this needle as I was walking away, and it bent the heck out of this needle. I was able to straighten it out, but the big no-no I did is on the back side. There's 3 screws to get it off, 1/4-inch screws, look like so, and you can lift that rascal right on out. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to move the rest of this out of the way for now, set it aside, and just lay this right here, and we're going to work with this. I'm going to show you what I did to mess it up. On the back side, I sprayed a little WD-40 up in here and inside of here, and thinking it would, WD's never hurt anything. Wrong. After that, it kept reading 20 miles an hour. It never went back to 0. The needle just kind of stayed. See how it's supposed to go? Let me get this up a little bit. See how that when it goes up, it's supposed to come back to 0? See? Well, what it was doing before, it was just like hanging right there and it wasn't going back. So I didn't know what to do. So I called a speed shop and he said, minimum $250, we'll guarantee it, blah, 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 plus tax, all that neat stuff. And I said, well, what is it that you do? And he said, well, we take it all, the speed bucket apart, and we clean it and this and that and the other, and kind of undo what you did. And I said, well, all right, I'll get back to you. And so here I go. I basically started digging into this rascal, and these are all 1/4-inch screws. And I'll tell you what I did to clean this out. I was kind of proud of myself, actually. So there's the 2 screws, 4 screws for that. Now this entire mechanism will lift up out of here now. This guy here, okay. And this is what that looks like inside of there. When it turns that, these are magnets on either side of this thing, and oil gets on that and it just throws everything out of whack. Well, I didn't know that, but apparently a lot of people don't know that, and it's a very common mistake according to the guy I talked to. So it just spins like that. That's all she does. And if you notice, I got it all set to 0 too. I wanted to kind of reset this back, and there is an art to doing this. You can take these 2 screws off right here, this one, and you lift up this keeper here, and this guy here, and then inside of here, right down, I'm not going to pull it all the way out because it really is a rascal to get back in, but right in here there's a clip. You just pop that clip out and this whole barrel will pull right on out. And I'll make another video on how to reset this all back to 0, but I wanted to show you that. So back to the speed bucket. If you look inside of there, it's very ginger. I mean, it's just inside of that is a spring. If you can see that spring in there, it's very teeny tiny spring, and that had oil all over it too. So what I did was, and I had an old, what do they call those, toothpicks? Not a toothpick. Those water picks. I had an old water pick, and I put some Dawn dish soap in there, and I just squirted this rascal. I kept squirting it, and got all the oil out. Took my air tank, blew it all out, and put it all back together, and it started going back to 0. So the gentleman was right. I mean, I didn't doubt him, but basically I just wanted to see if I can do it, and looks like I was able to. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys how to do that as well. Let me see, we gotta get that in there. There. So okay, so that's on. I'm gonna put this shoe back on right here. This shoe that's gonna hold that. All right, so that's all back. He's back together, and if you turn it from the back, it'll go up and give you your. And notice it's pegging. It's going back to the bottom. Now, a lot of folks, what they said is tighten up the spring. I said, no, don't tighten up the spring. Yeah, tighten up the spring. Don't tighten up the spring. Well, in order to do that, to tighten up the spring, I'll show you how to do it. Just turn this shoe, just turn it either to the left to tighten it up or to the right to loosen it. But if you do that, if you just turn this shoe right here, just turn it counterclockwise, and that'll give it tight, make it return to zero. However, in doing that, I'm warning you, in doing that, it'll probably most likely throw your speedo out. Okay, so that's that. I just wanted to show you guys how to do that real quick. Thanks for watching.